Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome gamers one and all to my channel. I was meaning to make this video a few days ago, but my heart wasn't in it. I had stuff to basically deal with. And also, I was watching the news the other day and there was a news item about a electronic dance music producer. His name is Avicii, who had recently died through an illness. And he was only 20 odd years old. The guy was he was huge on the EDM circuit. Huge, massive, dead. Not through no drug overdose, not through no violence, but just died of an illness. And then 2 days ago, heard the news that Total Biscuit, aka Cynical Brit, very famous gaming YouTuber, had died as well of bowel cancer at 33. It just goes to prove, man, that life is fucking short. It is short. You know what I mean? And whatever you do in life, you just got to be happy doing it, man. For real. You got to be happy doing it. Don't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks. You just got to be happy doing it. And don't be a bit player in other people's freaking narrative and their movie that goes on in their head. That's my piece of advice. But rest in peace, Avicii and Total Biscuit, aka the Cynical Brit. Now, it's all going to be juxtaposition with pettiness within gaming, and some people might consider it petty, but I don't think it's petty. I just think it's something that is it's universal in gaming, and it's something that we all suffer from, or it's something that we practice in one way or another. So without further ado, gaming pop pickers, here they are, the 12 gaming habits that pisses me the fuck off. There's no other way of putting it. They all do what they say on the tin. Pisses me off. Now I'm going to put them in no specific order. However, I will say that hand on heart, I am guilty of practicing some of these bad habits. It's usual to say, well, I do it, but it still pisses me off when somebody else does it. Some of them, not all of them. There's just some habits that I refuse to take up. Number one in the bad habit chart: eating while headset. Now, when you buy a headset, or when you go and Google and look for the best gaming headsets, whether on Google or on YouTube or on gaming websites or what have you, you want to have the best fidelity, the best sound fidelity, so you can hear the game's sound design, right? That can be a given, okay? Why would I want to hear somebody basically eating potato chips or biscuits or even a freaking 3-course dinner with plates and cutlery, crockery, condiments and all that bullshit? Why would I want to hear that in my headset while I'm trying to figure out where the enemies are basically coming from? It makes no sense when you're paying hundreds of pounds for a game set only to hear some fucking random masticate their food in your ears hole. Now, I have been guilty of that. But I use discretion with my clanmates, not in a game with randoms. I just don't do it. It is bad manners and it's fucking rude and it's annoying on top of that. Number 2 in the bad habit chart: not blinking while gaming. Now, when you blink, you don't even know when you're blinking. You don't even know or realize how many times you blink per minute. It just goes without saying that you just do it. But in gaming, it's a habit that I have where I just can't close my eyes because I see people who have such good a spatial awareness about them that it amazes me how they get certain kills in certain games. For example, I've been watching Jack Frag's video lately about Battlefield 5 and what have you, and he's put up stuff with Battlefield 1 where he's actually he's not even shooting a sniper rifle with a scope. He's shooting a bolt action rifle and he's getting headshots from like fucking 300 yards. And it amazes me how these people do it. I don't get it. You know, maybe their spatial awareness is of such where it just comes as standard and as natural to them. But me being an old fart, wearing glasses as well, you know, and me being long-sighted is a thing where you would think, well, okay, I would have my visual grip on the situation, but I don't. And I end up just keeping my eyes open, watching out for anything on the screen. Sometimes I get confused when there's a fly that flies across the screen and me thinking that's an enemy and I'm trying to shoot that. Sometimes I see blades of grass. Sometimes I see debris falling and it just confuses the fuck out of me. So I give props to those who can do that. But for me, I have to try and supplement my lack of vision by just keeping my eyes open. And it's a bad habit. And you shouldn't be doing that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, especially with computer screens these days. Number 3 in the bad habit chart: reloading after every kill. I think it's safe to say that everyone has been guilty of this offense, of this habit, in one way or another. I have many times. And even the best of players will have succumbed to that habit in one shape or form, in one game or another. It's a common thing. And for me, it's so apparent now that games like Destiny are more or less encouraging you to do that with certain weapons that they have in the game that has rolls that will give you more damage if you reload after every kill. So when you have a situation like that, when you have a gun that doles out that much damage based upon the principles of you reloading after every kill, it's just going to be something natural for you to do, when really it shouldn't, because with the way how the gun fires, you can instinctively tell how many bullets has left your gun at that point. Do you know what I mean? You know, but we all do it because we just want to know we just got a full clip in the freaking magazine. You know what I mean? But that is going to be a habit that's going to be perennial as the 4 seasons. It's just going to exist and exist and exist and exist and exist. Number 4 in the bad habit chart: jumping in one line of fire. There is no other breed of gamer that commits these habits and these offenses more than tryhards. It is one of the most selfish, obnoxious habits that I've come across in gaming in my entire life. Basically, it's a case where you're doing a co-op mission and you're holding a position down, and another gamer is trying to do the same thing, but he's not getting the same results. He sees you in a position that is basically a vantage point. Before he flanks and be of support to me, what does he do? He jumps in my line of fire, as to say, move out the fucking way, get out the way. I don't know what you're basically doing here. You just bought the fucking game last week. I've been playing 2,500 hours of this game. Get out the way. And then what does he do? Gets himself killed. And sometimes can get the both of us killed because of the weapon being able to pierce both his heart and my heart and have us bleeding out on the map because of his selfishness and obnoxiousness in jumping in my line of freaking fire. Number 5 in the bad habit chart: being competitive in co-op gaming. Now this one kind of grinds my gears because I come from a very solid co-op gaming background. I've been playing co-op gaming before I even started playing PvP, and it stemmed from Uncharted. I played more co-op in Uncharted than I have played PvP, and I've noticed the upsurge in competitiveness within co-op gaming from Uncharted 3 to Far Cry 3, now with Destiny as well. With Far Cry 3, they actually had a section where you can compete with your teammates in co-op, which I thought didn't make any sense. But it just led to people doing that. I don't know if Far Cry 3 was the instigator for that, but for me personally, it started from those times. And a good indication of a well-played co-op mission is when you look at the scoreboard. If the scoreboard, it doesn't have to be equally distributed, the amount of kills, but if they're around the same ballpark figure, you can tell that it has been a well-played co-op mission. The dead giveaway for me personally, when somebody's trying to compete, is obviously when they get abnormally more kills than any one of his teammates, but I guarantee you that that person died more times than the other two. There's no two ways about it. I've experienced it 98% of the time. When I play co-op mission, you got a freaking another tryhard that goes into the game that feels they can kill everybody, and they want you to be their audience and watch them kill everybody. And they die. They die. And they want you to basically nurse them. And then on the scoreboard it says, oh, I had 20 million kills. Or they had 20 million kills and I had 15. But I revived 19 million times. Anyway, number 6 in the bad habit chart. No comms in co-op and PvP. Now this one can be debated. I agree, this one can be debated. But the natural thing for me is, if I'm in a team, right, and I think it's more sided with your friends that you game with, because I think people kind of find it hard to give comms to a bunch of randoms, because I think they're gonna feel like, oh, you're being not so much elitist, but you're being of a nature where they want you, or you want them to play the game how you play it. And I totally get that. I absolutely get that. However, you know, on principle, games are played better when there are comms. However, with Destiny being a social-centric game, even when people don't have no mics, or they have mics but they don't use them, they can be very, very intuitive as to how they see you play the game and how you see them play the game, and how the both of you or the three of you can cooperate in making the game more fluid, making the strikes more fluid, making PvP more fluid in gameplay. So it's a habit, but it's a habit that I will let ride. I can let ride. Number 7 in the bad habit chart. Punishment team shooting. I'm sorry, but this fucking pisses me off and it grinds my gears to no end. I don't see the point in doing that. I understand when you play hardcore in Call of Duty and you accidentally kill somebody. There's reasons why that happens. The gamer tag might not come up over their head. It could be a panic shooting thing. I get all of that. But that does not mean to say that it should warrant you to shoot me and kill me because I made a mistake. It's stupid because it reveals our location on the map, right? And it also pertains to the last bad habit of you not using your microphone or your headset in a PvP situation. I can't translate being shot in the back by my teammate. I can't translate that kind of articulation well because it impedes my gameplay, and that pisses me off. I'm all about team play. Team play, team play, team play. We roll together, we die together, but I don't expect to die by your fucking gun and your frustration. If you're frustrated, we're frustrated. I'm not gonna kill you for that. Number 18 at the bad habit chart. Not reviving in co-op and PvP. Now there's one game on this planet that best describes this habit that has been executed by so many people. The game is Battlefield. The game is Battlefield. I don't know about any other game, but I've experienced this more in Battlefield than any other game. Now, with Battlefield, you have different classes, and medic is one of them. So the principle of being a medic is to heal your fellow teammates. And the thing that I love about Battlefield, it's not about how many kills you get, because I see people get enough kills but are at the bottom of the table, and I've seen medics who has no kills and like 20 deaths at the top of the table. Why is that? Because they heal their teammates. That is a perfect example of team playing. What frustrates me a lot is when I'm dying and I'm bleeding out and I'm looking at the radar and I see that there's somebody 7 meters away, 6 meters away, 5 meters away, 4 meters away, 3 meters away, and there is no enemies, because I'm turning around and basically looking to see what's going on, and I can't see no enemy action going on around me, and they can basically revive me. What do? They run past me and try and kill as many other people. That's another thing that pisses me off. To flip the coin and to flip the script, another thing that annoys me is when I am trying to revive somebody, and rather than them just fucking stay the fuck where they are so I can revive them, they're quickly pressing the button to freaking respawn. And in turn, we lose a ticket. We lose a ticket. And it just, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. It's like, with Battlefield, it's a thinking man's Call of Duty. I don't care what nobody wants to say. I enjoy both games. You know what I mean? You know, if I want some mindless fun, yeah, I'll play Call of Duty. But if I want to basically, you know, work in a team, work in a battalion, Battlefield is what I play. And to do that, you just got to basically fulfill the role that you are given, or the role that you have chosen within the freaking classes. It's as simple as that. Number 9 in the bad habit chart. Playing music while headset. That just speaks volumes. It must speak volumes to you. I'm a musician. I make music. Music is a fundamental part of my life and my work. I make music to earn money, to pay bills, so I'm able to fucking have an internet connection so I can play my computer games, my video games. I can watch Netflix. I can do what I want to do and be entertained. I can play music. Everything has got its time and its fucking place. And in a game, listening to fucking randoms, basically playing music through their headset and not chatting nothing through it, pisses me the fuck off. And it leads to number 10 in the bad habit chart. Mic on, but no chat. What is the fucking point? Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, what is the point in having your headset on and I can hear you breathing, right? I can hear you basically, you know, chomping on something. I can hear your dog barking. I can hear your wife or your sister or your kids screaming in the background. What is the fucking point in the rest of us hearing that shit when the most important thing you need to put across through that fucking headset you are not doing? Please, answers on a postcard, for fuck's sake. Number 11 in the bad habit chart. Not playing the objective in objective-based games. Now this one can be debated, and I'm going to give a little leeway on that. for the simple reason that the games doesn't help the situation. It's not even so much the people that are playing the games at this point. Because when you have objective based modes in your games, but you also have challenges, for example, to get 10 headshots or to get 10 kills using a specific weapon. You know the parameters I'm talking about, right? So the objectives are not important at this point, because if it's a case where you need to fulfill the challenges in order to get a particular skin or a particular variant, you ain't gonna give a fuck about what the objective is. You're just gonna fulfill your own personal objective, but it might not be suited to the rest of the gamers that are playing a particular objective. Do you know what I mean? Because if the quickest way to get a kill is by playing a specific game mode, that's what they're going to do. There's no two ways about it. They're just going to do that. You know what I mean? But playing the objective for me is a great experience, because it begs team play and support in team play. But when you're playing with randoms that don't give a shit and they just want to fulfill their shit, it doesn't really work out too well. And to some degree, I can blame the games for that. And last but by no means least, number 12 in the bad habit chart: collateral damage tactics. If you don't know what that is, when I explain it to you, you're going to know exactly what it is. That's the only way I can call it. For example, you're playing PvP, team deathmatch, right? You're all spawned and you're going a particular direction, all right? So you're going north and you're going to go into a building, or you're going to go round a corner, or you're going to go into a position where you know certain enemies are around the vicinity, right? You get a teammate that will either shoot you in the back or shoot in the direction of where you're heading, to let the enemy know that somebody is coming in that direction, to basically force them out of their situation, out of their location in shooting you, so that the one behind you can get the kill. The amount of fucking times that has happened to me, and people think I'm fucking stupid, like I don't know what the fuck they're doing. If it was a tactic that I thought would be beneficial in the battlefield, I'd do it. But what's the point in getting my friend killed, my teammate killed, so that I can get a kill? It just cancels each other out. Oh, I get my friend killed, so there's a death there, and I get a kill, which is a +1. It cancels each other out. It cancels each other out. And the only conclusion that I can come to why people do that is the KD ratio. They want to get a good KD. You know what I mean? That's the difference between me not giving a shit about KD and people that do give a shit about KD, because they don't give a shit about you. They just want to get the fucking KD ratio up. And if you have to die in order for them to fucking do that, then that is what they're going to do. And I don't understand it. I don't overstand it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand that mentality. You know what I mean? Because it just shows a degree of fucking selfishness when people do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not a team thing anymore. It's about a solo thing. It's about a personal thing when you choose to basically be that like that with gamers. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, in hardcore, you know, I commit the offense of just killing my teammates by accident. I don't do it on purpose. I don't shoot in the direction where they're going, because it makes no sense. I don't do that. But when they do it to me, I just wish I can fucking put my hand down the fucking TV and just give them two bitch bumperclot slap, because it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Really and truly. You would sell your fucking brother short and have him buried in a freaking unmarked grave because you wanted to freaking up your KD. It's bollocks. It's bullshit. It's fuckeries. Foolishness. And that ladies and gentlemen, concludes the 12 gaming habits that pisses me the fuck off. Now, it can be agreed that there are some habits that can be debated and some habits that doesn't necessarily piss me off. But you tell me, of the ones that pisses you off, are the ones that I've highlighted, do they piss you off? Are there some that I've missed out? Please let me know in the comment section below. So it's with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks you guys for stopping by. And as always, you've done know the coup, whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming. That's what it's truly about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And until I catch you on the next one, people stay blessed. My God.